G'day folks, it's Craig from Edible Gardens. I'm here on behalf of the Wyndham City Council delivering some garden tips to help us get through some of these trying times. Now I'm noticing and seeing a lot of people out shopping for seedlings and spending a lot of money on building new vegetable patches, and I just want to say to you, you perhaps don't need to do that. There are some spots in your gardens, I'm sure, both front and back, that you could be growing edibles in, and today I want to show you just what I'm talking about. Okay, so places to look for in your garden. This is an area just on the outskirts of my lemon tree, and there's this bit of area here that is really not doing very much. Quite often there are places that will grow weeds, and quite often I say to people, pull out a weed and put a plant that you're going to get something back from. So it's as simple as this. I'm going to dig a little pocket of soil over, and I'm going to pick a lettuce and plant the lettuce, backfill the hole a little bit. Lovely amount of worms in here. But look, your soil might not be really good soil, and you don't really need to worry too much about that, because the soil you've got's the best you're going to get. Don't go rushing out buying heaps and heaps of new soil. All you need to do is to supplement what you're putting in the ground by using some sort of a pelletised organic manure. It's really, really simple, folks. Now, a bit further up, about 30 centimetres or so from this lettuce, I'm going to put in a red lettuce. Now you can have a bit of fun and you could build a border around your garden if you wanted to, with one red lettuce, one green lettuce, and maybe one of those little mauve flowering lobelias, or a blue flowering one for that matter. Let's put one of those in here. Now the benefits by using some of these flowers, whilst they're not edible, they will attract in beneficial insects that will keep the pests away. So that's a really good thing to remember. It doesn't have to always be an edible plant. As you can see, I've got a viola here. There's a spot over here that I think we might be able to put what is called a rainbow chard in. Now the rainbow chard is like a silver beet. Got lovely orange stems, this particular one, and really easy to grow. Again, a quarter of a handful of fertiliser around each of these plants that I put in is plenty. You're going to need to put a little bit of mulch around them to make sure that it helps keep the weed growth down, but also keeps the soil moist, so you don't have to water as much. And over the night, when the temperatures drop down lower, you'll find that it'll keep the soil nice and warm too, so it helps the seedlings on all fronts. Of course, the most important thing you're going to need to do is to make sure that you water them, and water them in well. In this I've got a little bit of worm tea, but it could be just as easy as sea salt or one of the soil conditioner type things. Just helps with a bit of transplant shock, but it doesn't necessarily need to be so. It can be just plain old water. So that's it, folks. In about 4 to 6 weeks we'll be starting to pick some lettuce, so that's as easy as it is. Pockets like this in your garden, you'll be able to fill it up with food. I would rather be pulling out food than weeds every day of the week. So stay tuned for more tips just like this.